speaking, we're sharing the view. From labs to clinics, breakthrough shining through, with minds that inspire and stories to unfold. Scientifically speaking, the future's being told.
Welcome to Scientifically Speaking with Christine, أو علميا مع Christine on Oz Arab Media, where we explore the science behind learning, innovation, and connecting cultures. Today, we're diving into a beautiful and personal topic, language learning, and specifically how it shapes identity, culture, and brain development, especially for young learners. Joining me today is Kinda Costantin, an Australian-based secondary school teacher and founder of Kinda's Tutoring. It is a unique platform that makes learning conversational Lebanese Arabic very easy, fun, and interactive for kids and adults alike. With her fresh and friendly approach, Kinda is helping families around the world to reconnect with their heritage and build confidence speaking Lebanese Arabic in real conversations. Kinda, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, anytime. I'm going to go straight into the topics if you don't mind and ask you the very first question. What inspired you to do these courses?
Well, first, it started as a business when I
Right.
came straight from Australia, and it was hard for me to find a job, so I decided to do some tutoring. And what actually worked really, really well was teaching Lebanese. I noticed that parents didn't want to teach their kids the written and reading Arabic. They wanted them actually to converse with their family members in Lebanon, with their family in Australia. So that's what I did, and I created like a curriculum worth of 5 years that the student can follow. And I would either go to their houses or I would do lessons online. So I had everything ready. And now when I launched the website, I created everything. It would be all self-paced.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Through the website, it's guided through videos, games, activities. Yeah.
Just like the online courses that we are aware of where you can come in and out of it at your own time and interest.
Yes, it does give you this convenience, but best of all, it's tailored for anyone, so kids and adults alike.
Amazing. Research did show that learning or being exposed to languages would boost the brain development. So why do you think it is important to start young or to start at all a new language?
Well, language is the best thing you can give your kids because first, it's a culture, it's a personality, it's the heritage, and you're teaching them Lebanese. So when they will go to Lebanon, they are going to be able to communicate with their friends. They're going to communicate with their families.
And start understanding us talking at home.
Yes.
That's the hardest part, I think.
Which is not bad.
It is not.
Because also when you want to talk to them when no one understands, you can also communicate with them that way.
100%. How does this conversational learning differ from the traditional language that we start learning in classes, like using the grammar and the memorization?
Well, I do teach them grammar.
Right.
It does have lots of memorization, but everything is fun and everything is easy.
Right.
So the way that I teach that grammar can be, for example, through a song. And I'll give you a simple one if you want a little
Of course.
taster, for
Yes,
example.
go ahead.
Let's think about, I want to teach them how to say my mom, your mom,
Right.
his mom. So I teach them possessive pronouns that first they are added at the end of the word in Lebanese, and then I made them a song. Like, if it's mine, then you simply add an E.
Oh.
If it's ours, then you simply add an A, So this song, when they listen to it, they just still have to think about the word.
Yes.
But the more they practice, they will get the hang of it because they learn it in a fun way.
That's typically like primary school, what we do in classes nowadays, but into a new language.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I need to try that. You offer a program that is online and face-to-face. How has technology really helped you to reach out for these Lebanese families throughout, all around the world?
Well, I started face-to-face and then COVID hit. We had to move online. So it was actually somehow positive for my business.
Right.
Once I did online, it was through Zoom. But now when I saw that lots of people from America wanted to do lessons with me, it was really hard with the time frame.
Of course.
Yes, and with the presence of the website now, anyone can have access to it.
At their own time.
At their own time.
Right.
And they can log in whenever they want. Parents can track what the child has done, or adults can actually know where they're up to. They can keep going with the lessons. Yeah.
That is very interesting. What are some of the common reasons you see that parents really want to enroll their children or themselves into your conversational courses?
First of all, culture.
Right.
Second, heritage. And thirdly, and it's something that I really like to talk about, is that when you are teaching your kids that language, you are helping them meet the same words that they know in English or in French or any other language with that language. So they will start making connections in their brain using that language. And I always say it that parents are the best teachers for their kids.
Are they?
Yes.
My kids hate me as a teacher.
Don't be their teacher,
Right.
but be the person who they can talk to and
Yes.
practice with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Any language needs practice in the end.
Yes, it does need practice. But when they're learning with you, when they are practicing with you, they can see that what they're doing on the website, it has a fruit, right?
Right. Yes.
That it can lead somewhere. They can communicate with someone with it, not just, oh, it's on the computer and I'm not going to use it anywhere else.
Amazing. Do you think that this way actually tackles the shyness or the nervousness in the kids? And if not, or do you have any other ways that kids are shy to speak another language? How do you focus on that?
To start with, listening and speaking are the hardest two things that you teach in a language.
Right.
So the hard part about Lebanese is that they can read the chat language. Okay, like I can teach them that. It's easy, they read it. They can learn the words, they will be able to understand it.
Right.
But coming to say it, this is when they turn shy.
Fluency.
And fluency, this is the hard part. Okay, now for listening, from where I hear the feedback from my student, they tend to understand all the conversation that happen around them.
My kids too.
If not every single word, but they'll understand
The context of it, yeah.
Right? But for speaking, I work a lot on having real life conversation. Okay? So they would listen to it, and the beauty of it, they can repeat after.
Okay.
So the more they listen, they repeat after, they practice, they will have a good chance about not being shy anymore.
That is interesting. Very interesting. And that's what we try to do at home, really, you know? Like, I'm saying it in Arabic, just repeat after me, tell me what you're thinking of. But, you know, most of the time they would be shy or feel silly when they're saying it.
Yeah.
Right.
And what I noticed also from the culture, when the parents moved here, they brought with them the accent of their great-grandparents, right? So when the kids who actually knew how to speak Lebanese went to Lebanon, everyone in Lebanon made fun of them. Because in Lebanon, we advanced.
We
right?
have.
The accent changed. People started going to school. Parents are able to teach their kids better.
Very simple words like khale and khole, for
Yeah.
example. This I hear a
yeah.
lot in Australia coming from the north.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But you also have lots of accents
That's
anywhere.
true.
Even in the south, Manish, Badish, or in the
How do you tackle that? Let's talk about that.
So the way I teach is basically Beiruti.
Beiruti, yeah.
Right? Because I was raised there,
Yeah.
and this is what everyone understands.
Right.
So if they come to speak the northern way, people in Beirut will not understand them. In the south, they won't understand them. And if they're going to speak the southern way, same thing. In the north, they won't understand either. Yeah.
So we stick to Beiruti.
I stick to the normal one that everyone can understand, and then they will pick up the other words from their family members.
Right.
So if in their house they say a different word, they will also learn it.
They will understand it. They know I have another synonym for it, kind of.
That's right.
That is interesting. Now, you offer 14-day free trial for your course. Why do you choose to make your program that accessible at the very beginning?
because I want them to have a go and try it. It's important for them to see if it's actually worth it for them to try it, and I want them to see that it actually works. I want them to have a go and try it, and they will like it.
I am excited too, although I'm fully, I fully speak and read and write Arabic, but this sounds fun. What group ages do you work with, Kinda? And do absolute beginners do have a go straight away confidently from day one?
Yes. Yes. They're not going to have a full conversation, but they'll have the startup conversation like مرحبا كيفك ça va شو عم تعمل شو في ما في. They're able to say these words.
Right.
Yeah, and then the conversation can continue in English.
Right.
Okay, they can also say شو اسمك شو في ما في شو أخبارك, right? أنا اسمي and things like that.
Right.
This is from the first lesson, from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what was the other question? I forgot.
The age groups that you work with usually.
So usually most of my students were teenagers.
The hardest bit.
The hardest bit, but they love it. Because they are the one who want to travel back to Lebanon. They're the one who want to be able to speak with their grandparents.
And explore.
Yes, and they love the Lebanese culture. And they can see that their friends actually love the fact that they are Lebanese. They like the food, they like the music, they like the parties. They want to go with them to Lebanon. So they feel that I need to speak that language if my friends want to tag along with me. Right?
Nice,
Yeah, but I do have also little ones. And I do have adults, mainly if they marry Lebanese, for example.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to understand, oh, what is my mother-in-law saying?
Oh, yeah, that is interesting. Especially the mother-in-law, guys. The little ones, how hard is it, Kinda?
It's
because
easier.
they don't, is it?
Yes.
Because I felt with my kids, like they might not have the same passion or exploration passion they want. It's just like another course for them. How do you go through that?
Okay, again, let's not look at it as a course and as studying. Let's look at it as a cultural thing.
Right.
Okay,
but
something
a
embedded.
3-year-old, 5-year-old would understand a cultural thing?
Yes. So I have two boys. My eldest is 4, and I can tell you he is fluent in Lebanese, but at home, like no English at home.
Wow.
Because he speaks English really well. At daycare, with his grandma, with his friends, but at home it's just Lebanese, and we don't answer if it's in English. I'm like,
you gotta
say it in Arabic. Yeah,
you gotta keep the consistency and the control. That's
I have
hard.
to. Yeah. But, you know, on TV, they watch lots of things in English. Like 80% of the language is English, but 20% will not harm them.
100%.
And they know the words. They just have to get it out. Like, for instance, please بدي شوكة, or please بدي أشرب ماء, I want to fork, I want to drink water. It's those little things that will give them the confidence
That's
to
true.
get started.
I have a question off my mind, if you don't mind. I discovered right now that you're speaking just the same way most of us do. Like we put in English and French words in there. How easy or hard is it to tell those beginners that we do mix languages in our Lebanese conversational?
Well, they will know it because sometimes I explain the root of the word.
Right.
Like, for example, pantalon, which is pantalon.
We don't have the Arabic word for it, right?
And it became pantalon. So even when we write it in Arabic, it's pantalon. And there's lots of words that are like that. And I'll explain to them that this word is coming from French, like camion, you know, the truck.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Lots of words, whether we're learning transport, clothes, food item.
Flanelle, biberon, we use them
That's
all.
right,
Yeah.
that's right. Couche.
I know.
Some words are like typically French.
They
we
are,
haven't changed.
They are.
But I wanted to add something,
Of
is
course.
that little minds are like sponges. It doesn't matter what you give them, they'll just take it on and they'll retain it.
Right.
And they go with it. It grows with them. So even my littlest, now he's 2, and I'm trying to teach him the colors, you know, wherever we go.
Yes.
I don't teach him in English because he's going to learn the colors in English at daycare.
Already,
All I do is I say أحمر, أخضر, أزرق, أبيض, and then my eldest will want to play with us, and then we start, for example, putting the Legos together by color, and then we try saying the colors and things like that.
Right. That is very interesting. Can you tell me, Kinda, please, how do you balance fun and playful while we're still delivering something? Like it's a language in the end that we need an outcome out of it. What's the balance?
I love technology,
Right.
and it does help me with that a lot.
The era, anyways.
Right. So first of all, the videos are short, so the kids are able, or the student, or the adults will not need to focus for like 30 minutes. It's a really, really short, 2 to 3 minutes. They can watch it, they can repeat it. That's one thing. And the video is interactive. It's not like a plain word and something. No, it's interactive. You can see some movement in them. Second, I work a lot with technology. So I use programs that once I put in what I want to teach the students, they will be able to play games through those platforms, like matching games. You can do quizzes. They can do practice as much as they want. So it will become as
an interactive
a game
test
for them, a game for them instead of, you know how they play math games or English games, right? Same thing.
Right.
Yeah, it does have stories, it has English games, and I do have a little corner where I put in, you know, other activities that they can play. So when we're teaching colors, for example, I tell them, why don't you play Uno with your friends? And then I can show a little segment of playing cards, and then instead of saying the colors, let's practice those colors in Lebanese and the numbers in Lebanese as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Do you have any successful, memorable story of of the students or the families that they've reconnected after your courses?
I have funny stories.
Yeah, why not?
Actually.
Let's go there.
The first one, I remember one of my students, she's like, guess what? I know that my family is planning surprise party for me.
Oh no!
Because I heard them say it in Arabic, and she knew where and when and what's the theme of the party. She understood all the conversation her dad was speaking with his mother on the phone in Lebanese. She understood. She didn't say anything.
Yeah, she didn't want to ruin the surprise.
She didn't want to ruin the surprise. But it was so fun because she's like, I know it's happening this Friday.
See, that's the reason why I told you at the very beginning of our conversation that sometimes it's not right that they're understanding us, what we're saying at home. But it's, you know, it's heart fulfilling because, as you said, heritage.
You know that they have achieved something.
Yes, yes.
Like, I think her father would be proud of her that she understood the conversation more than the fact that he planned the surprise. Like,
that is true.
My daughter can actually understand and speak. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking before we start getting to the end of this conversation, for a parent or adults that are thinking maybe it's too late for me to learn, what would you say to them to encourage them?
Okay, it's never too late to learn.
Right.
We're always learning. And I'm always learning, even through that job. I just finished my Master of Teaching with 2 kids.
Amazing.
So it doesn't matter how old you are. It's good. Think about it as an achievement that you're going to reach. And it's a milestone once you actually know that you can understand the language and you can speak it, you can converse, and actually it's something that they want to do.
Right, it's a passion, you'll do it.
That's right.
Amazing. What's next for Kinda's tutoring? Is there any new programs or any extensions something excited you want to tell us about?
Next thing is loading the platform with everything, with all the topics. So this is the next part. I'll be doing it step by step.
Right.
And after that, I don't know. I do have something in mind. I don't want to spoil it because
worries.
I don't
Fair
know if
enough.
it works or not. But I do have something super cool that will help, especially the adults, to practice more. And it will be...
Promise us we'll be the first to know.
Yes.
Awesome.
I can tell you that it will use AI, but I'm working on it. So it's actually super duper cool.
Amazing. Yeah. We can't wait to see what Kinda's tutoring can bring more to this technology. Now, to our listeners who'd like to know more or sign up for the free trial or want to really start learning speaking conversational Lebanese, where can they find you?
Okay, so we're basically on all of the platforms, but the easier way to find us is through www.kindastutoring.com.
Right.
And through that, they can access the platform. They can follow us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and they can keep learning because through those fun platforms, they will be able to learn. And what else? Yeah, so when they log into the platform, you can show the viewers how they can access it, what they will be able to see, like to give them a little teaser.
Right.
And yeah, that would be a good idea.
All right, Kinda, can you walk us through a typical lesson at Kinda's tutoring, how it looks like and what makes it different and engaging?
So first of all, you log into www.kindastutoring.com. You log in, and then you click on the hamburger here. These are the lessons. So I will choose, let's choose the topic of countries and nationalities.
Nice.
So firstly, you have here a map that shows the Lebanese diaspora.
Right.
And then if you go to lesson 2, for instance, there are few countries and nationalities that are through a video. It should load in a moment.
Sure, and that's one way how we engage, right? Like through videos, through visuals.
Lebanese, you need to look if you're... And then you will have other nationalities.
Comparison, kind of.
Yeah, like China, for instance.
But it's written Al-Sin, Al-Saudiyya in Arabic,
so
right?
it's written in Arabic, so they will know the word of the country in Arabic.
Just one thing that caught my eye is the chat language. Do your kids learn, or sorry, your students learn the chat languages? They will learn the chat language. Awesome.
Because it's easier to communicate like this. Because this is what we use when we chat, right?
We do, our generation.
And they need to know that it's the sound da and it's the sound ha.
Right.
Yeah. I'll give you a tiny story.
Yeah.
So here I moved on to the third lesson. Let's leave it till the end to end with a funny story.
Sure.
So this is the third lesson, for example. It's a flashcard.
Right.
And they flip it and they will learn the words and they can move on to the next one, like countries, which is bilden, jinsiyye, which means nationality. When they're done learning the cards, they can learn them. And here it will create like a way of learning for them.
Quiz, kind of.
Little quiz. This is a test. They can test themselves.
Right.
And here they have a matching game, which they can play because it will help them. Yeah. So it will not be the same every time. It changes.
Of course, it changes. So as you mentioned in our conversation today, it is fun, it is engaging, it has visuals, different types of games, but still there is a language delivered.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There is a language delivered. Let's go back to those sounds that you just talked about. So one of my students told me, I want to surprise my parents that I'm pregnant. How do I say that I'm pregnant?
Yes.
And then I told her it's ana hible. But she
I know where you're going.
She was still trying to learn. So she was a fresh student.
Yeah.
And this is a song.
Right.
And it talks about that I'm Lebanese and my country is Lebanon.
I'll use it in the end if you don't mind. Continue your story.
Yeah, and they have the lyrics here.
Oh, lovely.
They can download it, they can sing with it, and they will know what they mean.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I told her, I'm pregnant is Ana Hable. And then she's like, is it Ana Hable? No, you can't say it like that. It's a 7, it's not a H.
Because
it's not a H,
changes.
it's a H, as if you're cold.
Yes.
Right? So Ana Hable means I'm pregnant, and Ana Hable means I'm stupid. You can't say Ana Hable. Yeah.
Yes. So that is funny. One single letter, saying it soft or hard, will change the total meaning.
That's right.
So thanks to you and this lovely platform where people can go and engage with their heritage and use the right words. That is amazing. Kinda, can you believe it? We've already reached the end of this amazing conversation. I want to say thank you for joining us today. It was really a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Of course. And can I say it was kind of fun?
Yes.
That's what you always say in your website and your videos. Now, thanks for bringing all this new language, because the language, as you said, is not just a language, it is a culture, it is a heritage that we are so proud to bring to the world.
That's right.
Of course. To our listeners, whether you are beginners or just wanting to connect more deeply with your roots, language is more than words. It's memory, identity, and belonging. Don't wait. Start the journey one conversation at a time with Kinda's tutoring. Let's end our learning with this song, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
أنا لبناني بلدي لبنان بحبه وبفضله عكل البلدان صباح الخير عالبركة يعطيك العافية هيدا أنا لبناني.
That is lovely, Kinda. Thank you so much. I leave our listeners with this lovely song. Happy to have you again one day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Until next time, this is Christine from Scientifically Speaking on Oz Arab Media.